Wow. I'm really hot and a little bit sweaty. It's a little bit gross. But, yeah. I've just literally ran home as fast as I can after reading the news that Awakening is actually coming. And it has been announced officially on Facebook and Twitter, so this is super exciting. And it's not long to go. Yeah, so where to even start? Like, I know. Let's watch the video. So, bear with me. I have a Chrome window here already. Okay, so as you can see on Twitter, they've actually announced it. I am not pulling your leg or winding you up. It is legit. And so, let's make this full screen. Right. Should be able to hear it. Let's play. It's only a 30-second clip, but let's go ahead anyway. Right, I'm just going to pop it back there for a second. So this is interesting, what they've actually got here, because you can see the familiar classes, but what we can also see is there's a LAN in there. So does this mean that when they launch Awakening, which is on the 25th, so it's just short of 2 weeks away from us now, does this mean we will have LAN by then? So are they going to release it on the same day as Awakening, or is LAN coming next week? So I think it's difficult to see what we've got here, but I think I can see a striker in there as well. Now this would tie in with the classes that were released on Xbox, the initial 4 after the launch characters. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So either they're repurposing footage from Xbox, or we're definitely gonna get LAN and Striker within the next 2 weeks. So that's pretty exciting for anyone who was missing those classes. Let me just continue to play it. I think this is just the credits now. Yeah, so that's it. So let's get rid of that now. So yeah, that's Awakening being announced, and what does this actually mean? So everything's basically going to change for you. So the classes pretty much become completely different classes. New sets of abilities, new items, new playstyle. So the Berserker, for instance, gets like a hand cannon. The witch and the wizard change their staffs over from the staffs to the ard spheres, and the goddess spheres. They're basically baubles. What else do we have? My mind has gone blank. I can't even remember what other classes there are in game. Oh, so the Musa turns the sword into kind of like I think they're called pole arms. They're a big blade on a stick. Warriors, they just get like a massive sword. Who am I missing? Oh god, I can't even think. Oh, how did I forget Sock? So Sock is getting a scythe, and I know a lot of people who play Sock will be super excited about that, especially people in my guild who are rather good with them, shall I say. I know this will be an exciting time for those players. yeah, so it's all pretty exciting. But prepare to learn a new class entirely, and you may not like it. But I think that the fact that they're releasing it so soon is great. That you can essentially be trying out something, and if you don't like it, it's not too deep in the game for you to change what you've chosen. So yeah, there's that. Now, hopefully we will be getting the a free skill reset, because the chances are that you've put a lot of skill points into the class build that you're in, and there may be some that you're not liking. There'll be some that don't particularly work with the Awakening build. So that hopefully will come. I'm expecting that the market will change significantly in terms of like pre-orders for like hards and sharps, because when you excuse me, so basically when you get Awakening, you gotta get to level 56 is the qualifying level to accept the quest. You go on a short quest which takes about, I can't remember if it was 30 minutes or 90 minutes when I did it last. I ran through it start to finish, and I will be streaming this as well on the Wednesday morning. As soon as it goes live, I'll be going through the Awakening quest for the Witch. So that'll happen. Make sure you tune in for that. I might even like pre-create the stream thing for the future, so you can bookmark it. I don't know how it works. I'm not great skills on YouTube, quite frankly, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, once you do that, when you complete, you get 2 weapons. You get a blue grade one and a green grade one, and one of them comes at +7 enhancement already, I believe. For some reason, it's free Blackstone, so why not? Anyway, yeah. So people all want to be enhancing those. So I'm predicting that sharps will absolutely skyrocket in price demand. So that's to be expected. So perhaps be stocking up on the resources now. So yeah, that's kind of like a TLDR of what to expect. So just a reminder, that's the 25th of September that we are getting Awakening. So yeah, I'm just gonna make a clip of this little section of the video just so that it can be separate from the stream. I'll just be 1 second. Okay. PS4 Awakening. Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, let's chat. Let's talk about stuff. Might not know all the answers to your questions, but please ask away, and I will do my best to fill you in. And yeah, I'm gonna start gathering. I'm gonna aim for some sharps because gonna need them. And hi, Ferret. Where is this info at? So this info has been released on the official Play Black Desert Twitter and Facebook page. It's not on the website. I haven't seen it on YouTube. It just appears to be on Twitter and Facebook. So Awakening is essentially you're basically trading in your class for a new class almost. So you get a new range of abilities, new weapons. The whole thing will play in a different way. So for example, the Witch, she trades in the staff, and although you still equip your main weapon, you use your Awakening weapon, you can switch between the 2 states. A lot of classes will play primarily in one state or the other. It just depends on the particular class. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with playing the other classes, but I know for the Witch that I will use abilities from both pre-awakened and awakened state, and I will put abilities on my ring menu so I can switch between states really, really quickly. Each class is different. It's not going to be the case, so it'll certainly be worth following your favorite YouTuber who plays that particular class as their main. So if you are a sorceress, then I'd recommend going across to subscribe to Vex Gaming, because he is absolute expert on Sorc and will give you everything you need to know, basically, in terms of the actual specifics. Based on the trailer, the lineup at the end of the trailer, let me just skip back and put it onto the screen. Bear with me. Right, so this is the closing scene for the trailer, and we can see that you have the middle character, and to the left you've got the Sorc, and to the right you have the Lan. You can see there by the gladius that she's holding. I'm familiar with this particular class, so I do recognise the Lan. Now, if we're looking towards the left next to the witch, I believe that is the striker based on the stance. I might be wrong, but the haircut and the stance, the kind of the arms folded, kind of like this. That kind of looks like the striker. So I'm expecting at the very latest that the Lan and the striker will be released by the 25th. So either next week, or actually at the Awakening patch. So it's the 25th, so just 2 weeks, just less than 2 weeks, 2 weeks yesterday. It will be out, so presumably after the maintenance, after maintenance it will be live, I'm guessing, because it kind of ties in with scheduled maintenance. Nope, you don't need to level it up again. It stays the same. It's just essentially unlocking a whole new skill set, and it changes the way that the game is played for you. Some people play in a different way. So right now, the Ranger, which is one class I forgot to mention, they're a long range kind of class right now, and you'll see a lot of range damage from Rangers now. With a Ranger Awakening, they actually become sort of like a short to mid-range character with a short sword. So you no longer use the bow as your primary weapon. So that might not be your playstyle. You might not be into that. That might not work well for you, because if you like that range kind of thing, then everything's changing for you. So when you get to level 56, the quest unlocks, and you basically get to just go through a short, I'm going to say an hour. I'll just call it an hour quest. Maybe short, maybe long. I can't remember off the top of my head. For some reason, I think I've got in my head that it's like 30 minutes. I've also got 90 minutes from start to finish, and it's not difficult. It's just a case of running around, talk to this, that, and the other. Go look on a cliff and blah blah blah. So then you get your awakening weapons and your awakening skills. Yep. So which is earth and lightning, and your wizard is the fire and water. Thanks for that. You are absolutely amazing. You guys, I love you guys in this little community I've got growing here. I'm getting to know each of you, day by day. It's great to see familiar faces coming back, so I really do appreciate that. And I will certainly continue to be helping going forward. It's just a case of trying to figure out what content you guys need and how to sort of present it, because there's so much information out there already for Xbox, and a lot of it's been said, so it's difficult to know like what information is still needed. So please ask the questions you need. I don't mind saying things over and over and over again. Just let me know what info you need, and I will do my best to provide for you. Yeah, that's right. So the Zerka comes with an arm cannon, which is going to be interesting to see the changes that that come with the Zerka. So I've never really done alchemy on any great sort of deep level, but there's I think certainly for the early levels of alchemy, you're looking at the reagents. So those are kind of like base products for alchemy. You get like powdered reagents and liquid reagents, and they just require a number of easy to obtain items in order to produce them, and you can make absolutely stacks of them. I don't have any on this particular character actually, they're all on my other witch. But yeah, that's probably the best way to level up your alchemy. Now, I am planning to, when I get the time to do so, to make a video on sort of making lucky tools and making ultimate armor reform stones. Now, as part of the guide for the ultimate armor reform stones, you have to use alchemy, so that will form part of the video. So if you stick around, and I'm aiming to get something done at the weekend. Now, I cannot promise you what it will look like, what time it will arrive. I'm under a lot of pressure right now to progress my gear score due to guild requirements, and so that's kind of like the primary focus going forward. So I will try my very best, and if that means sacrificing sleep, then that's basically what I will do for you. Thank you, the No YOLO Show. I appreciate you joining in with the live streams. Always welcome new commenters to the chat. It keeps me motivated to keep doing these things when people come and keep me company while I ramble on about whatever, and you guys chat to me about stuff. I do really appreciate that. Yeah, the chance to get an Ogre ring is incredibly low. But like with everything in this game, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So, just keep persevering, you'll get there eventually. I mean, it's one of those things where you may get lucky, or you may get the soiled Ogre rings. Now, I think you've got a small chance of getting an Ogre ring from a soiled Ogre ring, but if you don't get the Ogre ring from this soiled Ogre ring, then you can keep the soiled Ogre ring, collect those and trade those in for an Ogre ring. So one way or another, you will get there. It's just a case of how much effort you want to put into getting it. I think if you focus solely on doing that, you might burn out, but if you kind of keep it as like, something to do little and often, then you'll probably get there without noticing. Oh, I'm really, really hoping that they add this screen adjustment. I don't think they've added it yet, but if they have, I will show you exactly where it is. So what you need to do is go into your ring menu settings, and it will be somewhere in here. Let me just have a quick look. Right, no, so they've not added it in here, but what you need to do is when they do add it, hopefully sooner rather than later, they'll put it in here, and then you just add it to the ring menu, and it'll let you adjust in game. Were there any particular things around the edges that you were missing, like your CP? Now, this is something I learned from one of my other subscribers, that you can see things in this window, such as your energy and your contribution points. So if you look underneath where your picture is, it says karma, and then energy and your contribution points. So if you need that information, it's there. It's not the best place to find it, but also if you want to check on your buffs as well, you can just quickly skip to the end, and that will show you where the buffs are. Oh god, this chat is going like super fast, so just you have to bear with me, guys. I will try and catch up with everything. So yeah, that's you know, if you find something that works for you in terms of leveling something up, then stick with it. If it's making you money, then keep quiet about it, because as soon as people learn about it, very very quickly the market bottoms out. You know, everyone starts to do it. Now, luckily for my channel, I'm a really small channel. I don't have many subscribers. I've only got probably a fraction of the player base who subscribe and watch my videos. So if you learn something within the kind of the safe space that is this chat room, then the chances are it's the information, if it's not already out there, is not going to spread very quickly. But yeah, if you find something that works for you, then it's always best to keep a lid on it as best you can. So, leveling to 60, I am just starting my level to 60, and the probably the most obvious to me solutions would be like you're using the Book of Combat. That will give you bonus XP. Utilizing your food buffs, such as your teas, they will give you extra XP. In addition to that, you should probably take advantage of like the hot time event while it's on, and the night time, the 45 minutes when monsters gain XP and fury and whatever, and that's probably your best way to get your grinding XP. Now, if you've not done so already, this is an absolutely awesome way to get a load of XP, is the side quests. Now, I use the side quests to grind from level 56 through till 59, just literally doing quests. They were giving me between 1% and 0.8% per quest, and there are a boatload of them. So if you start off in Calfian, they are quests that have like a yellow border around them. Now let me just have a quick look around these camps just to see if there's anyone, without running into a tree, that kind of has that yellow quest border, because I certainly haven't picked all of them up. Okay, there's nothing around here that I can show you, but basically you see these icons that are above the heads, so there'll be like one with a picture in it will have like a yellow border. That is your general quest. Now, what you need to do to make sure these are on is you come across into your menu and make sure your general and your black spirit quest. And you don't need any of these, just these two, right? And so it'll have a picture and a yellow border, and when you and when you look at the quest, it'll have like a kind of it looks sort of like a crystal, like a yellow crystal. It says EXP on it. It's like yellow or orange. Now, if you accept those, they will give you a ton of XP. The quests in Calfian are absolutely, there's loads of them, they're plentiful, and they seem to like have a chain of quests that continue going on for many steps, each giving you XP. So if you've not done those already, then I highly recommend jumping on those quests and getting them done, and it'll make a change from the grind. Get a lot of cash as well. You get a ton of gold bars for doing the quests. So they usually come with a yellow crystal of XP and 100,000 silver for each one. So definitely worth doing if you've not done so already. The chance of an ogre ring is that probably is on the generous side of getting it. The probability is very low. They don't want everyone to be getting ogre rings left, right, and centre, so the chance is small. Sorry, there's so many comments. I'm just reading through them. Yep, that's right, it's the quests. So as Ferret says, quests are a really good way to go. Yeah, so I've never really looked at the life quests too much. Maybe maybe I should if it's giving you XP. It's not my thing, but I'm open to try stuff. Ultimately, I want to be doing something that's benefiting me and making me progress. Sammy, we were just talking about primarily how to level quickly. Any tips to level up from 59 to 60? And I was saying that you need to be grabbing all the side quests that are found under the general section of the quests, because each of the quests often come with gold bars. So it's a great way to get XP and money without having to go kill monsters. And yes, Awakening announced. Don't tell Sari. Classified information, apparently. No, yeah, Awakening's been announced. It is due on September the 25th. That's pretty much all we know. Other than they released like a teaser video, and the end screen. I'll just switch to that just now. The end screen shows these characters there. So as you can see in there are 10 characters, and I can see amongst the characters we're familiar with, we have a Lan and a Striker in there. So I'm confident that the Lan and the Striker will be released either next week or the week after, on the condition that Pale Abyss have not just repurposed old footage from Xbox, because that's entirely possible. They could just be trolling us, but it'd be pretty sloppy of them to release a video showing classes in the Awakening if they're not going to be releasing them. So the Ogre ring you can get from drops. You can get a soiled Ogre ring, and that is kind of like a consumable item almost. You open it and it gives you a chance of getting either an actual Ogre ring or a soiled Ogre ring. And if you get the Ogre ring, then great, you win. If you get the soiled one, then you can just sort of collect them essentially and trade them in. Yeah, the Witch Earring is dropped at Hexa Sanctuary and they sell for about 12 mil roughly. So if you get some, then you can sell them, but also you can melt them and get sharps out of them. So I expect the demand for Witch's Earrings to go up. Let's have a look at what the prices are now on the central market, just as a sort of a point of reference. Now, I don't have any bloody money, so what am I looking for? What am I looking for? Accessories, ring, necklace, earring, Witch's Earring. So they're currently at 16 mil. No, yeah, 16 mil. And 15 registered right now. So yeah, that's where they're at now. But I'm expecting those will disappear pretty soon, because of the melting, and the demand for the sharp. I mean, the sharp demand right now is crazy as it is anyway. So I imagine that's going to go up. So people who are wanting to be desperate to sort of level up, enhance their new Awakening weapons, they may resort to essentially paying over the odds for sharps. So that's one way around getting around the lack of availability. So if you've got a load of silver, then that might be a way forward. Is Sorceress good on console? Never played Sorceress myself, admittedly. And from what I understand, yes. It's one of those classes that if you have played it on PC, I understand that it is an odd transition from PC to console. I know that a lot of people that play Sorc can play Sorc very well. I guess it's just a case of you could be good at any class. You know, it's not a case of one class is better than another class necessarily. If you're good at a class, you're good at a class. So yeah, I guess it's what you enjoy. Yeah, if you've got all the classes at level 56, then you could easily enough go for Musa, Wizard, Warrior, and Berserker Awakening. So why not? May as well. Give you a good scope of all the different classes that are available. Better weapon, yeah. So the Black Abyssal's a great weapon, but you can get more. So if you look at Uria weapons, for example, if you get like a tri-Uria, or even a duo Uria, in fact, a duo Uria I think it outclasses a Black Abyssal. Tri definitely does. And the benefits that you get with a Uria is that you do damage against humans, so great for PvP and great for places like Sausons because that's classed as humans, you see. You'll get a soiled Ogre ring more often than you'll get an Ogre ring. So with the soiled Ogre ring, you have to like activate it. It's like a box that you open essentially, and it gives you a chance of getting an Ogre ring, but you get a chance of getting a high chance of getting a soiled Ogre ring as well. I've only ever got like one soiled one, and I was like super excited, and then I just got a soiled Ogre ring. Field bosses, there'll probably be some kind of hidden timer of sorts. Difficult to say exactly whether they are or not, but they're supposedly spawned randomly. There will be a kind of a criteria for that, I imagine. Yeah, LAN is a fantastic class to play. I started out playing LAN on Xbox and really, really enjoyed it. I've got some combo videos on my channel on Xbox. Now, with the controller, it's exactly the same. The combos work exactly the same as they do on here because the buttons are mapped in exactly the same place. So just literally translate the YBXA to triangle, circle, square, and X, basically. So, and the thing about Lan as well, it's just so graceful, and she can actually get proper combos, not like the way that other classes work, where it's just like a sequence. These are combos. You can put your abilities together, and she becomes like a graceful assassin. She's really good class. it's not a soiled ogre ring is not something you can wear. It's just a collectible item. Once you've activated it to see if it has a chance of rolling into an actual ogre ring, then it's just basically a collectible that you need for a 10. So don't throw it away, keep it, and then when you have enough of them, you can trade it. So the soiled rings are dropped by killing ogres. Right. So the barriers gives you a lower AP, but you get more damage to all species. So it's kind of like a PvE versus PvP kind of weapon, I guess. So if you're more into grinding faster than perhaps the barriers, I've gone Uria because that fits in with my playstyle. Yeah, I mean, my personal view on farming something specifically like an ogre ring, I don't know, I think you would get bent out really quickly. You'd get frustrated because the drop chance is so low. Now, people will get this drop. They'll get it luckily. They'll maybe get like the first ogre they kill, right? That's going to happen. And the chances are that they may want to sell that. So the question is, would it be better to farm a lot of silver in a way that you know is going to be successful, get that in the central market, and then put a pre-order for an ogre ring from someone who has had that luck? And by all means, you might be that lucky person, but also you might not. So I know it's just a case of, is it worth your time to get that one item, or could you be more productive elsewhere and still obtain it by using the central marketplace? Oh, I think off the top of my head, don't quote me on this, but I can't remember. I think it's might be like 100 soiled rings or something. Do you know? I'll have a look on Video Codex. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, so it's 100. So I was calling it a soiled. The soiled ring is the ring that you get. The shattered ring is the one once you've opened it. So I apologise about getting the names wrong, but essentially it's the same thing. So you get a shattered one, and you can turn 100 shattered ones to get an actual ogre ring. Yeah, I can look to see if the ogre ring is on the market. Yep, so 91 million, 0 registered, but total of 62 trades. But has anyone got a pen ogre ring? Has anyone got that kind of money? Wow. That's like crazy money. Ooh. That is upsetting. Ouch. Yeah, you can get a lot of cash from just leveling characters up. Get a lot of resources. So I'm hoping to go through the quest chain for a few of my characters just to gather the upgrade resources. As I want them blackstones, I want them hards, I want them sharps. I'm hot and I'm sweaty and I'm itchy. Yeah, let me show you my classes that I've got. So I've got Berserker, Warrior, Wizard, Sock, and as you can see, I'm in the process of leveling my Sock. I've run out of slots, I think, so I'm going to need to delete some to get the rest in there, but yeah. My guild has been kindly power leveling the members, so if you've got a guild, then just grab one of the higher levels to just basically power level you. We've got some really, really good guys in our guild that have spent a lot of time helping the rest of the guild. So we've been really privileged in that sense. Yeah, Sula's a good set to have. It's easy to get, and there's also the earrings that you can get from Hexa Sanctuary as well. From the Tokens of Promise, and the rings from I forget the other place. In a lot of cases, it is easier to buy and a lot less stressful. So the risk that you run there is waiting for it to come. If you wait for it, it may be a long time before it comes. And if you need it before then, that could be quite detrimental. But it depends on what your sort of strategy is, really. I mean, money talks at the end of the day, doesn't it? If you've got enough of it, then you'll eventually get what you need. We're gonna get like the night vendor in at some point soon, hopefully soon. At the rate that the patches have been released anyway, it'll be soon, and that'll help people catch up to other people with just pure silver. All right, Sammy, good to see you. Yeah, I can imagine. I've just had to shred a costume just to get the crons I needed to get a try, because I am completely and utterly broke right now. I seem to have managed to spend all my cash on stuff and haven't earned a dime. So I've been doing something wrong. Oh my god, just give me a hard! How much energy have I got? Right, I'm gonna use this. Energy. Oh, I still got loads of energy. I haven't got any lucky tools right now. Alright, Ferret, it's been great seeing you, and I hope to see you when I stream a little bit more. Probably on the weekend, I'm hoping, so I look forward to seeing you guys back then. Oh yeah, it's really upsetting when you fail so many times at basic stuff, but that's RNG for you, isn't it? I was trying to upgrade from Pri to Duo because I downgraded from Duo to Pri while building some failed stacks, and tried to go back up, and it was like literally 4 attempts failed, and I'm like, I'm not doing any more in this. I'm going to use these stacks for my try on my Uria, so that's where they went. So I'm trying to build up the hards anyway now to what am I talking about? I'm trying to build up the hards so I can get those Pri items back up to Duo, and then I'm going to somehow figure out how to get more hards and take those up to Try somehow. So it's going to be an expensive job, so I need to focus on getting a lot of cash somehow quick. I'm probably going to stream for like 10 more minutes today, just because I've got in from work, it's been a long day, I haven't eaten, and I'm pretty hungry. So if anyone's got any more questions about like Awakening or anything, then please shout, otherwise you'll have to catch me probably, do you know what, I might stream tomorrow night as well, because it's Friday night, I can stay up a little bit later. Awakening is coming on the 25th of September, so we've got 2 weeks, just under 2 weeks to come. My thoughts are woohoo, I'm glad it's coming, quite frankly. I do enjoy playing Witch, but I think Awakening Witch is a little bit more satisfying. You get a lot more AoE stuff, and I think that's going to be really significant in Node Wars, having a bigger range of area of effect abilities. So I'm really looking forward to it. And also we get familiars or pets or whatever you want to call them. We get like a lightning dude and a massive golem. So Tet and Gore, if I remember rightly the names. So Tet is the lightning dude, if I remember rightly, and he's like a sort of a single target thing, and Gore is the rock golem, which does AoE damage, which is super cool. So yeah, hopefully I will be close to level 60 or maybe even level 60 by that point, so I'll have access to every skill that's available, and then it'll just be a case of farming skill points. Oh, thank you for saying so. I'm pleased that I could answer a lot of questions for you guys, and thank you very much for joining me. I do appreciate that. Still going to do it for another, like I said, 10 minutes though, so stick around and see if I can get a hard. I hate saying that. I really, really hate saying that because it just sounds a little bit perverted. I think I'm going to call them armor upgrade stones. I think that sounds better. If I said armor upgrade stones, you guys would know what I meant, right? Oh, what are my thoughts on DK Awakening? Sorry, I misread your question there. I've not played Awakened DK, actually. Difficult to say. DK is a fantastic class though, does a lot of damage, so I don't imagine that there will be sort of a significant change to that. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Sammy. It's one of those things. It's like a really, really badly named item. So I'm going to go with armor upgrade stones. The Wizard Awakening is very, very similar to the Witch Awakening. The Wizard and the Witch play similar, just in general. They just have kind of different variations of the same skill. There are a couple of differences, and the Wizard has a grab where the Witch doesn't have a grab. So there's a slight different play style between the two, but fundamentally they are the same. Well, we can only assume that it's Awakening for all. All the classes are shown there in the video. I'll just flick back to that just as a reminder. So these are the classes. You can see the Mooser in there, the Wizard, Lan, assuming that's the Warrior, Sork, Witch, Striker, Berserker. I think that's the Ranger at the far end there. So yeah, this is what I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know anything more than you guys, if I'm being perfectly honest, but looking at what we can see there in front of us, I'd be surprised if they excluded any classes. It's interesting as well the way that they've done this, which is different to the way that Xbox did this as well. So around this stage, we were getting absolute skills. We weren't getting Awakening at this point. We got absolute first, and then Awakening came after that, and that was a shock to people, especially people more experienced than me. They were a little bit bamboozled by the order that things came in. So it looks like that Xbox was essentially not ready to have it done. It was either one of two things. It was either not ready, or they made a mistake and they're correcting it. The chances are it probably wasn't ready, and so they released the absolute skills first, as just to sort of like keep the content coming out. I know that I've read and heard comments about not getting awakening things right on console for other classes, and so the things have been delayed. So it wouldn't surprise me if on Xbox release they couldn't get the awakening out as planned. But now, because they've done it on Xbox, they've fixed any issues they've had, and they've ported it over, and so this is the sort of the roadmap as they would have liked to have had it on Xbox. Perhaps that's my theory anyway. So, tinfoil hat on. What should you work on next? What have we got? Hang on. Let me just calculate your gear score. 136 plus 183. Right, so your gear score is pretty low at the moment. You've got gear score of like 319. You should definitely work on enhancing your gear, bringing it to Pry. And then ultimately you want to get everything to Try. That is the goal. But you also want to get the ultimate version of the weapons by using the Reform Stones. By doing that, you'll get like an extra sort of 5 DP for every item that you've got, and then leveling it up to Try would be an advantage. So that would be the advice that I would give you. Yeah, Sammy, you're right. I mean, I think I need to explore the life skill side of things as well. So if you have any advice, then I would happily listen to you, because you've been very wise and helpful to me recently. So I trust what you're saying. If any of you guys want to follow me on Twitter as well, if you want to chat to me kind of on a more direct sort of basis outside of the streams, then you can do. I was going to put my handle in the chat, just bear with me. Cheers, Sammy. Right, so that's my Twitter. Feel free to follow me if you want to keep in touch. I don't have many followers. I have 41. So show me some Twitter love. I'm really sad that I didn't get a armor enhancement stone. Okay. Right guys, I'm about to finish up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be a cheeky sod and I'm going to say I'm going to put a advert in just now, so I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to stick that in just 1 second. I don't even know what kind of adverts it shows you, if I'm being quite frank. I hope it's just one of those little ones at the bottom of the screen. Right guys, I am going to log off now, so it has been an absolutely awesome stream. I've never had so much activity in the chat before, so this is, you know, it's phenomenal. I love it so much, and it's encouraging me to stream more and more and more, because you guys are great. This is an absolutely fantastic little community that we've got here, and you know, it's, you guys are giving back to me just as much as I'm giving to you, so and I really appreciate that. Right guys, hopefully I will be streaming tomorrow night after work, so I finish work GMT at 8 o'clock or BST. I hate these time zones, it's stupid, it's changing soon, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I'll log on after work tomorrow and we can chill, chat, and see if we can find some of those lovely green armor upgrade stones. Right. Take care, guys.